Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I have not been on here in a while, and I'll explain it to you guys a little bit later on why I haven't been on here. But to the newcomers, basically I'm a young solo RV travel, and I just like to give insight on what I do, how I live in RV, and how you can make RV life fun and exhilarating and not so expensive. So I'll show you guys the cheap way. It's just me and my little doggy, which he's like right there, but there you go, he walking away. But yeah, we do our thing here in the RV. But today, I'm like washing clothes and trying to clean up. So I want to show you guys how I wash clothes, which I don't know why people was asking me how I wash clothes in here. So I'm going to show you how I wash clothes. And I'm also going to show you the updates that I made in the RV. So let's get into the video. Let's go. So this right here is actually one of the changes that I made. So in the entry, this thing right here has always been there, but it was black if you remember in the original video. So I just painted it, made it look a little bit more antique to brighten up the space here. But this is one of the changes that I actually did make in the RV. And this is also where I keep my washer. So turn this light on behind this machine right here. So in this cabinet, I actually keep like coats in here. I can wash clothes in here, but it's easier just to take it out. So I take it out, and this is my washer right here. This also doubles as an office. So this part here opens up and it pulls out and it makes a desk. I'll show you like a video of how it looks. And I also added a TV here. So when I'm doing videos or editing on my computer, I can also watch TV. So yeah, I take this down and I bring it to the bathroom. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me show you how I do that. All right, so this is the setup, and I'll explain everything. So this is by Comfy. This is a washer and spin dryer combo. This thing works really well. It's bigger than the last one that I had, which I'll show y'all the last one that I had, which was much smaller. So I can only do like smaller loads. This gives me the ability to do larger loads. It's pretty quiet. It works very sufficient. I think it was like $250. I ordered it off of Amazon. So basically, because I don't have it connected to a consistent water flow, which would be right here, what you have to do is take this thing right here and you have to put it up high. So I put it up high because the drainage, I let the water go into here or into the sink. But normally I let it go into here and I dump it into the toilet. That's a way to keep the toilet clean and keeping everything flowing over there. So and normally I have my doors open and I got the bedroom, and it's a lot more space, but I'm doing something in my bedroom right now, so that's why the doors are closed to the bedroom. But also too, this was another addition that I added onto the RV. So I had some here already, if you've seen in the previous tour videos, but I had it glued on, so you really couldn't like pull it and open it. But this one here, you can pull and open. Like, this is the real deal. I actually put it on, and yeah, I love the way that look. So let's get washing clothes. Let's get to washing clothes, basically. So how I do this is I actually carry a lot of water with me here on the RV besides being in the tank, and this is actually one of my 5-gallon water thing that I carry extra water in. I'm going to show you guys in probably in another video. I figured out a way to recycle water in the RV. So for washing clothes and cleaning up things, or washing my car, or washing our rig itself, or whatever, I figured out a way to reuse water that's already being made in the RV and filter it and whatever. But actually that'll be another video. But this is what I use, and gotta pour the water in, so hang on. So I was trying to think about like what questions you guys may ask after seeing me do that. And one of them I thought about was like, okay, why don't he just wash the clothes in the shower and let it drain in the shower? I used to do that, but the lint sometime from clothes, is drained as well too. And I just didn't want it to clog up the shower. That'll probably be an issue that I just really don't feel like dealing with. So that's why I started dumping it in the toilet, because that gives it the opportunity to clean up that black tank consistently when I wash as well too. So that's why I dump it in the toilet instead of letting it drain out in my shower. So that's number one. So as far as the second thing that I can think of, I'm thinking like you guys are probably like, why don't he just use the fresh water from the tank and just fill it up that way, right? I could, but I'm one of those RVers that like to shower. So yeah, I'm gonna take a bath. I cannot get in my bed without taking a bath. I just don't feel right. You know what I mean? And I know you guys probably done seen where they say our viewers don't take baths and blah blah. They don't take baths every day. I do. So with me doing it the way that I do, I only have to fill my tank up sometime once a month or every month and a half. Like, it really takes a long time for me to run out of water in my tank because I'm utilizing it for showers, mostly just showers only. And the tank water is 100 gallons. And for a month and a half, that would be me consistently going to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, and I shower at the gym majority of the time. So that means that basically I'm only showering at the house on weekends. So that was the second thing that I thought about. And just to bring out another thing that I added on, this is a mirror that I added on right here. So this is another added feature that I added to the rig. I used to have a mirror like that, used to just kind of sit on the floor and whatever, but it was always in the way. So hanging it up right here was just a better option. So that's another add-on. So while I'm here, I wanted to show you guys something else that I decided to add in. This is another update. So this right here is water. Basically, it's like 5 gallons of water. I use this to kind of rinse dishes off real quick. Again, that's just not to use the water out of the fresh tank so much, because this right here is so much easier to fill. Like, I can literally just take a bucket, walk in the gas station, and just fill up the bucket and dump it right in here, and then boom, I got water. Compared to trying to figure out where can I find a fill station to fill up the fresh water tank. So this is just much easier. I had something similar to this already here. It was plastic. It was and I spray painted it gold to kind of make it look whatever, but you know, I found this and this just looks so much better. So I added some accessories on the side. So this carried my sponges and this carried my long handle sponges. So I just wanted it to look a little bit more upscale in this area, you know, because it was sitting out. Everything was just sitting out. So now it's covered. It just looked better. So yeah. So back to the clothes. I already done put water in, got the soap in, and you know, washing my bed sheets. So let's get that down on in there. And you can see this thing is like pretty large. So I'm washing my bed sheets and throw that on in there. And then just to start it, just hit the power button. Do a normal cycle. I do the low size as a 2, and there we go. It starts doing its thing. So while the clothes are washing, I just want to give you guys an update on why I haven't been posting. So, you know, when you make these videos, doing YouTube is very difficult. And when you sit down here and try to edit these videos and try to put them together so it can be entertaining so people can actually watch it, and then they don't, or they watch it and then they don't, you know, support it, it becomes very discouraging. It really becomes very discouraging. So I kind of gave up. I was like, you know what, whatever, forget it. But then I was like, you know what, my family member talked to me about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it another shot. I'm going to try my best, because trying my best is the best that I can do. You know what I mean? So just doing something so simple by clicking the subscribe button and liking the video so it can get in that YouTube algorithm and other people can actually see the video, literally goes a long way as I try to share this content. And if you guys actually wanted to support me monetarily, I do have a Cash App that is in the description box. So I would really appreciate it. And like I said, the best thing I can ask you guys to do is just like the video and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really would. So that brings me to another update that I added to the RV. So let me show you that. So this is another update that I added onto the RV, which is basically a frame TV. Now, this thing is big. It's really big. I think I probably overdid it, but whatever. The last TV hung off of here so far. And because I added this armoire piece and I built this wall here, the walking space in the RV when the slides are closed is very tight. The slide basically comes, you see where this ottoman is, it's like half of this ottoman. So it's basically just a little bit of walking room or whatever, whatnot, because I built this wall. So the TV hanging off made it very difficult to walk. So I had to get this, basically the flattest TV I can find to actually sit on this wall. So those little bit of inches actually made a difference. So this is another update, the frame TV. I actually love this TV, by the way, and it actually looked really good at night. So yeah, so it's the frame TV, and newcomers as well too. If you haven't seen, I actually have a sound bar and fireplace down here as well too. So yeah, I just wanted it to feel more homey when I'm sitting down. I wanted the TV directly in front of me, and you know, I love it. So back to the washer. I don't know if you can see this, but the water has drained, and I think the spin cycle is about to begin. So it's going to start spinning for a little while and get that last little bit of water out of there. And yeah, it's a quick little cycle. It does pretty good. It has my clothes smelling good. Like, yeah, there you go. And it's gonna spin all of that water out of there. So when it comes out of there, it literally like have hardly no water. It's just be like very, very lightly damp. And then I take it out and put it in the dryer. So that's pretty much how I wash clothes. It's just that simple. And then I wipe this down and put it right back in the same spot I found it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now you know how I wash clothes, and you guys seen some of the updates that I made. I definitely made a lot of updates to the RV to get as comfortable as possible. I'll try to show you guys that in another video some other day. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.